Yo, welcome back to Gip Town. What's always going down? Like, subscribe, and spread the word around. Tragic news. Now, after Montgomery Brawl, us as a people, as a culture, we was all uplifted. In this same state, just that fast, something bad done happened.
Mourning the loss of 17-year-old Pinson Valley basketball star Caleb White. He collapsed at school Thursday and died later at a hospital. CBS 42's Sydney Spencer spoke to Pinson Valley's basketball coach, who told her to know Caleb was to love him.
One of those guys that moved to the beat of his own drum.
Whether on the court or in the classroom, the 17-year-old basketball star was one to remember.
He's number one, and he is number one.
With the number on his jersey to match, his coach Daryl Barber says he knew from the moment they met he was a star.
He just had a spirit about himself that made people gravitate towards him.
Unfortunately, on Thursday, Coach Barber witnessed Caleb's last moments alive while playing in a pickup basketball game.
He dribbled right there, and he fell and was gasping for air.
An image he'll never forget.
To see him like that, I've just never experienced anything like that.
It all happened on the same court he played on for years. Coach Barber said everyone there sprung into action, calling 911, performing CPR, doing everything they could to keep him alive. Caleb was taken to the hospital where he died. Coach Barber there every step, along with his parents.
Just me being at the hospital with them and going through that ordeal with them, I don't wish that on anybody.
He says as a coach, it's hard on him, as Caleb was like
17-year-old Caleb White suffered cardiac arrest during practice. Pinson High, 3-star recruit, ranked number 25, number 2 in the state of Alabama. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Just last month, LeBron James' son, Bronny James, suffered cardiac arrest during a workout at USC. In 2020, another athlete suffered the same thing at USC. How these young athletes are having cardiac arrest so young, so early in their life, I'm not understanding. Damir Hamlin for the Bills suffered cardiac arrest. Why are all these young, healthy, in-shape athletes going through this cardiac arrest situation where they almost losing their lives? Unfortunately for Caleb White and his family, and my condolences to his entire family, he lost his. Kid full of life, love, energy. Know what I'm saying? Great kid on his way to promise. This was only his senior year, 17 years old. He averaged 21 points a game last season. How could you expect to go to practice and not come home to your family? How could anybody ever see that happen or even imagining that? You know what I mean? But let's pull up some facts on this whole cardiac arrest situation, because the whole situation is starting to bother me. Now, we have a theorist who says that he thinks it's due to COVID shots. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I do know there was a white doctor once upon a time who said anybody who take the shot only got 5 years to live. Think COVID probably went viral 2020. I don't know. He could be on to something. Who knows? End of the day, I just find it real alarming that these athletes is almost losing their life. And condolences to Caleb, who actually did at 17 years old. But like I say, let's get into the stats. Cardiac arrest is rare for people under 30, but can occur in athletes during intense competition. In January, 24-year-old Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field during a game in Cincinnati, but cardiac arrest can be even more common for basketball players. One study published in 2020 in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that black male NCAA Division I basketball players had the highest incidence rate of sudden cardiac arrest and death among athletes 11 to 29 years old. LeBron James' son, Bronny James, was rushed to ICU last month after going into cardiac arrest during a practice at the University of Southern California, where he was expected to play this year. Another USC player, Vince Iwuchukwu, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, also went into sudden cardiac arrest during a practice in July 2022, according to CNN. In 2020, Oklahoma City Thunder guard Keontae Johnson collapsed on the court during a game while he played for the University of Florida. Johnson declined a $5 million insurance payout from the NCAA that would have required him to quit playing college basketball after the incident, according to USA Today. Johnson only saw time in 5 games at Florida for the following 2 years before transferring to Kansas State, where he became a third-team All-American. Again, condolences, man. 17-year-old kid just starting his senior year, averaging 21 points a game as a junior. Definitely D1 recruit. Definitely going places in life. What I'm not understanding is, like I live in Florida. That's where I was raised at. The heat is the same now when I was a kid as it was then, right? So I do realize that coaches are not taking more safety precautions because I got kids that play sports. My oldest son is in high school now playing ball, and they have codes where if it's a certain temperature outside, they're not allowed to go outside and practice. There's a lot of pre-measures being done to prevent things like these happening. But how is this happening now? But it wasn't happening when I was growing up. You get what I'm saying? These are basketball players. These is young athletes that this is happening to. Caleb White, RIP. 17. Bronny James. Vince Owuchukwu. Damir Hamlin. The basketball player Johnson, who just now made it to the NBA, playing for OKC. This is crazy. You get what I'm saying? How are these players going through this young to the point where they're having heart problems? I don't know. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know what it is, but a lot about this just don't make sense to me. You get what I'm saying? Because what is stopping these young athletes' hearts? And how is a practice workout harder than a game? I mean, I would credit that to good coaching, not that anyone gets credit in someone going into cardiac arrest. But you practice hard, you play even harder. You get what I'm saying? I just don't know what's going on with this world, man. At the end of the day, this situation is horrible, dog. 17-year-old just lost his life doing something he probably been doing his entire life. And at the end of the day, cardiac arrest is something that we can't make sense of how this even happened or why this happened. Again, for my umpteenth time, condolences to Caleb White and his family. They lost a young man on his way to being great. His name gonna live on forever. He wore number 1. You know what I mean? Shit is crazy, man. Shit is wild. Love your loved ones, man. You got somebody near and dear to you. Love them and let them know that you love them. Because tomorrow ain't promised. Hell, it's bigger than just triggers being pulled and people getting killed. Kids are dying just doing workouts now. Kids are going into cardiac arrest doing workouts now. People are playing football on the field and going into cardiac arrest. Only thing I would say at this point in life, eat your best, you know what I'm saying, train your best, do everything to take care of yourself and love the ones that you love. Let the people near to you know that. That's it for this one, man. RIP to Caleb White, condolences to his family. That's it for this one, now. Y'all be easy out there, man. Gilp, I'm out.
I'm trapping, booming, bunking, serving these junkies. Nigga, it's nothing. My young niggas coming, I'm throwing them something. 30 minutes later, they pockets be jumping. We solid 100, counting these hundreds. Broke niggas hating, but they ain't saying nothing. So they bitches I'm stuffing. I fuck her, she coming. She tell me she love me, but I don't say nothing.